Okay, I think we are live. Let me quickly confirm the sound. Everything is fine here. What should be? Judging by. Okay, yeah, it is. It is. Okay, we go to this. So we can start. So, for those that do not know me, my name is Hightech, and on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what do I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience. In between the lines, I explain what Hightech meme coin is. And Jesus is king. Let's start. Let's start. So, if you guys have any questions, of course, ask me in the live chat, and I'll try to give you my best answer to whatever you may want to know about crypto market, about myself, or about Hightech, which is the only project I promote here. It's a meme coin, and hence it translates to kind of a stock market of my social media, of this YouTube channel, of my second YouTube channel, because I've got two. One I run here, another one I run in Polish, which is my Polish channel is 10 times bigger than this one. But it will probably change at some point because this one reaches global audience, not some national audience. So yeah, but so far that is the state of things. So that's how I treat this project. Kind of my sort of my own stock market that you can invest in, right? It's like investment gateway to my social media. So yeah, let's discuss what has been going on in the crypto market and what is it trying to tell us, right? Like what is the whole point of this market behavior? Because just yesterday we saw a little bit of a scary price action, right? We went before even $94,000. To be honest, before we went below 100, I was not expecting to go that low. So we would see 19.3 in front of the price. It's not like this is a huge move, to be honest, because I've been in this space since 2015, so I've seen much more than this. This is definitely um, not even in top 300 of most scary most scary situations I've seen. But still, I was expecting 100k to hold, or the vicinity of 100k. Even though, as you see here on my algorithm, my position got closed. Got closed. My own position got closed, and with my system, by my own algorithm that I wrote, that has nothing to do with anything that you've seen on TradingView, for example, because it uses my own logic, my own code that has nothing to do with MACD, RSI, and all of that kind of stuff. And yet I was expecting 100k, the vicinity of 100k, to hold, and yeah, it didn't. Actually, came down to low 90s. So that came to me as a surprise. So now the big question is, what's next? Are we in a bear market? Like most of folks say, like several hours ago when I was doing my previous live stream, because I live stream multiple times a day, recently twice a day, sometimes even thrice a day. I was showing you guys that Arthur Hayes supposedly sold all of his crypto. And Arthur Hayes, which is one of co-founder of famous or infamous BitMEX, the first exchange to give futures trading to Bitcoin and crypto, which is actually the reason why price action became so choppy, because it literally creates incentive for market makers to not pump the price. I mean, without futures market, the only way market makers can make money is to pump the price. With the futures market, they can just move it up and down, and sweep the liquidity from there using the spot market. So some are grateful to Arthur Hayes for creating BitMEX. Some hate him. Someone had to do that anyway, sooner or later. That was unavoidable, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, he was a bull up until recently. He was very bullish on Zcash. Probably that helped to engineer the pump Zcash I've seen. It went up like 12x. Me myself, unfortunately, I could not trade it because I trade only on Binance. Sorry, because I do not trade manually. I trade only through my systems, and I wrote my systems only for Binance because that's the most liquid exchange, and the way I trade requires high levels of liquidity. Because otherwise I would overpay in spreads, and that's a very bad thing. And yeah, if I had traded it, I would have made quite a lot of money. When I look at my algorithm on TradingView, like it would give me, I think, $4. So that's something. That's definitely something. Something to regret, but hey, it is what it is. Other coins were giving me some results too, like for example STRK, which I've got no idea what that is, because most of coins my system idea what that is, because that's completely unnecessary to know. It also gave me a double just yesterday. It's actually double. Let me show it to you. Yeah, here it is. Because my system takes 100%, each plus 100%. So every single double. Here was the entry for those that watch this live stream on mobile devices. Here is take profit. I mean, once it approached it very, very close, it got very, very close, but it got rejected. It was here, of course. It was like plus 95 point something, and then it got pushed back. But when it happened, I was like, it's going to give me anyway. It will give me anyway, right? I was very sure. I mean, the altcoin market is so oversold that it's ready to explode. It's very, very dangerous, in my opinion, right now to bet on the altcoin market to keep going lower from here. Very, very dangerous. So if you are shorting this market, I think, in my humble opinion, you are doing one of the most foolish things you could do. I'm not saying I will be 100% right, 100% of the time, because in the past I've been wrong many times, but I also been right many times. So that's what I think. I think you are unnecessarily risking your money if you bet on shorting the outcome market right now. Generally speaking, you should be completely avoiding futures trading. I think James Wynn is a very good example of why, because that guy, he round trip $76 million went from 500,000 to $76 million, and then into negative of this is not this one. Oh, it's this one. He went into negative of the minus $22 million. So and let me tell you, that's not uncommon. The opposite. That's the norm. To be perfectly honest, I never seen anyone, and I'm 11 years in this space. I never seen anyone who could prove me that he can make money on futures market. I have seen like 100 times, at least 100 times, like at least 100 traders that were performing very, very well for a certain period of time, and then it met a very brutal end, just like you can see here. Not even once I've seen a futures trader staying afloat for longer than 3 years. The record breaker managed to actually stay afloat for 3 years. But that was an absolute record. Most of the so-called good traders, they don't even make 2 years. So yeah, that's why you should never trade on futures. You should focus on spot. So yeah, having said so, if you are shorting the altcoin market, you're probably not doing the smartest thing you could be possibly doing. And but coming back to Arthur Hayes, yeah. So this guy apparently he just dumped all of his crypto. He was a bull up until recently, and here Crypto Nobler is reporting that those that were tracking his holdings, identified his crypto wallets. Report us he dumped all of his crypto. So I don't know what he has heard, what he has seen, what someone has told him. But judging by the level of fear of this market, it makes literally zero sense. Because when we go to CMC, for example, CMC Fear and Greed Index, we are at 17, and just yesterday we were at 16 on alternative.me. Yesterday we were at 10, which is a very, very low level, very rare to see. If you go, for example, to this historical chart of Crypto Fear and Greed Index on alternative.me, which is the oldest Fear and Greed Index for crypto, it started in 2018. When you compare it against the Bitcoin price, historical Bitcoin price action, you will quickly notice a certain dependency, and that dependency is whenever we reach levels of fear that high, meaning go that low, that low, that low on Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Shortly after, we see a very, very strong rebound. Very, very strong rebound. It literally marks the bottom. Whenever we go even below 15, it means that the local bottom is very, very close. So, Arthur Hayes, I do not consider him a stupid guy. Definitely not. He's actually maybe one of those intelligent of the scene. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird that he is committing such a basic mistake. I don't know. Maybe he lost a little bit of clarity. That happens to people. Clarity of perspective that happens to people when you trade manually. Actually, sooner or later it has to happen to you. That you commit some sort of a very, very stupid mistake. That's why I do not trade manually, because I'm fully aware of that moment, coming sooner or later. That moment literally has to come. When you trade manually, it has to come. Sooner or later, you will make something really, really stupid. You will make an exception from your strategy, and that will bury you alive. And so that's why I never touch with a single finger trading of my system. I always, whatever happens, I leave all of my trading to my fully automated system, because and over the years it has proven me. I mean, that approach has proven me right so many times, because so many times I was about to do something completely opposite what that system was doing, and it would be such a bad decision. So yeah, I'm guessing Arthur Hayes is literally in that sort of a situation right now, because I mean, when we look at how much room Bitcoin reserve narrative still still has to rise, still has to grow. It's definitely far from over. It's definitely far from its limits. Sovereign Bitcoin Reserve, the narrative the same. TradFi is about to adopt stablecoins. They want to trade. They're looking into ways of trading against stablecoins instead of pure US dollar. That opens the gates, the floodgates, to altcoins, because there won't be any barriers anymore in between average Joe's wallet and whatever shitcoin that you can come up with, or meme coin. So that literally is a harbinger of best of times we've seen so far for this space. So yeah, it makes, in my eyes, it makes literally zero sense to be bearish right now. But yeah, if you do not trade with a highly sophisticated trading system, I imagine, like, you'll have the wrong people. Wrong people will influence you. You will get into a wrong circle of friends, and they will make you doubt, even if you have a strong stance at the beginning, about what's the future, where is it going, and they will slowly but firmly be making cracks in your armor until it all just falls apart. And then you do things like Arthur Hayes just did. That's what I think, guys. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're vibing with me here. If you think the format is cool, if you think what I say here makes sense, if you think there is some added value here, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully the connection is working well. Let me see. Yeah, so far so good. And yeah, I live stream every single day, sometimes even twice a day. So subscribe. So yeah, I'm not leaning towards start of a bear market, at least not just yet. I'm not with sentiment this low. It makes it very highly unlikely for a bear market to start like this. I mean, historically speaking, I don't know of any bear market that started like this. Where everyone shook hands and collectively agreed upon start of a bear market. That has never happened once in human history. So, I mean, this is literally from mechanical reasons, like market mechanics does not allow it to happen, because this market mechanics is of a zero-sum game. So vast majority, like 99%, finances tiny minority of around 1% or even less. That is why you can make so much money here, because there is literally 99% financing. 99 people per 199 people finances one person, if you're on the right side of the fence. So yeah, it makes it impossible. It literally makes it impossible. One of the best messages we can see that the chart is sending to us right now is Bitcoin dominance finally breaking down. It has huge problems with regaining momentum here, as you see on the daily, with regaining this uptrend. That is one of the best, let's say, signals we could get. I mean, it has taken quite a lot of time for this thing to finally, come to its senses. Because initially, when we went out to 57.2, I was expecting a bounce, but not this long lasting. I thought it would, I don't know, take a week, maybe two, and that's it, maybe a few days. Meanwhile, it went on around for 60 to over 2 months. I mean, not including this recent breakdown. 62 days, right? Way too long. And on top of that, it had serious attempts of regaining its local high here of 66%. I mean, you know, a Black Swan event helped it greatly. Of October 10th, that was a Black Swan event, by the way. If you want an instance of a Black Swan event, October 10th is a very good one, very good example. And yeah, we should see sometime soon, likely within days, a fast trip to 57.2, and let's see what happens there. We may have enough of inertia by then to just break it like a dry stick and fall much, much lower. So that will be a huge ignition of the altcoin market. And that is why I'm telling you it's very dangerous to be in a short position against altcoins, because they are so pressed against the floor, so suppressed. They have so much potential accumulated over the last 4 years, because altcoins have been in a bear market for 4 years. That's the longest bear market this market has ever seen. So the string is stretched to its limits, to its limit, and will have to get released at some point. And then it will move aggressively the opposite direction. It will want to come back to the average. So yeah. Okay, guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about that part. So that's what I wanted to share with you. For now, I'll be live streaming later today as well. I don't know what hour though, because I don't have fixed hours of live streams. You know, when I feel like, you know, enough of time has passed and it makes sense, or I don't know, something new popped up, and I want to comment on it, and then I will just sit down in front of my laptop and I will, you know, do the live stream. But yeah, I will definitely do at least one more live stream today. So subscribe, guys. Oh, and oh, okay. And there's okay. This is just a spam. And don't forget about Hightech. This is the only project I promote here, the only one, and you will not see me promoting any other project. And I think this is one. No, let me rewind. I think this is the best, in terms of asymmetry, the best trade on the entire internet right now I can take. You can literally throw at it like $1, $2, or $3, and over time it will become a very tangible money. It already happened once when this token was costing $1. At some point it was worth $307. And I still think it will do exactly the same even from those levels, right? It will have somewhat comparable magnitude of growth from these levels, because there's very, very little coins in circulation. I don't want to flood the market with units of this coin. I want to keep the supply small, and the circulating supply small. Yeah, I'll be promoting it until it gives me what I want from it, which is a multi-million-dollar liquidity and steady growth, and you know, world-class popularity, world-class awareness, brand awareness. Yeah, and I'm a very, very stubborn guy. if you actually dig deep and you look into my story, you will realize indeed this project will continue until I get the effect I desire for it. So yeah. So thank you for the time, guys. I see you sometime soon. Cheers.